Welcome everyone to Unscripted Coding. I have in front of you a very simple web page, and today we're going to learn how to use the developer tools in your web browser to examine other people's web pages. Now, if you've watched my previous videos, you'll know that I use the developer tools religiously throughout web development because you can see all the elements of your web page, you can drill into them and see how things look. You also see your styles, you have your console. It's a great tool for development, but what's often forgotten is you can examine any web page online, and through it, you can pull out hidden elements, you can delete certain elements from the web page, you can change and manipulate your web page to see it how you want to see it. So I've seen lots of examples where you can pull video files, audio files out of web pages. But if I look at, say, Google, you could just click any element and say inspect. Might be a little bit different. This is Edge, but Safari, Chrome, Firefox, all of them have some sort of developer tool. But basically, you go and inspect an element, and very easily you could just delete the element. It's gone. I don't like this logo. Inspect it. Let's go up one and then delete the element. Oops. Maybe it should be this one. Delete the element, and it's gone. And you can imagine lots of ways for you to pull information out and delete and manipulate the site as you go. Now, why this one in particular? Well, this is a waiver of claims. It's a legal document for a climbing gym. And if you look at it, it has all of your basic waiver. It's not a document you should enjoy signing. You waive all of your rights in case of physical injury or death. There's all sorts of legalese in here that says you understand you're taking some sort of risk. Not something to be entered into lightly. But what I found really bad about this site, and shame on smartwaiver.com for doing this, is you cannot click and copy and paste the text. If I wanted to send this off, say, to friends and family, if I wanted to highlight something and send it to my lawyer, they've made it very difficult to do so because you can't copy and paste. Now, maybe this isn't unethical. You can share the link, you can certainly read the text, but it would be much better for me if I could copy and paste, in my opinion. So, they've disabled touch almost entirely, so I can't even right-click and inspect the way that I did in Google. But if I pull up developer tools, we can do something about it. First of all, you can just scroll through the elements and find out which part is relevant to the text over here, and we're going to keep drilling down. So it starts from a wide element that covers the entire page, and then you're going to go into sections and sections. So, for example, when we looked at the whole web page, and then we're going to go into a body, and then we're going to go into this block, and then it gets narrower and narrower. That doesn't help, yeah. And then you get to this section, and then you get into the inner section. And the idea is you keep drilling down until you get to a point where you can see the text. And I think we're here, yeah. So you can see these paragraphs, each one has text in them. And in theory, if I go up to this section right here, edit as HTML, copy the whole thing, and paste it into VS Code, we can see the text. There's a whole bunch of irrelevant stuff, but we can do this. And we could save this as a web page and then copy and paste it. But I suspect there's an easier way of doing this entirely. So that's one method. Just drill into the elements, take the elements out entirely, and create your own web page. The other one is to look at what is actually blocking it. Now, there are probably very sophisticated ways, but this is a pretty cheap-looking website. So I suspect if we look at the styles, there's going to be something that prevents touch right here. The entire body, user selection cannot be made. And they've done this to make sure that WebKit and all sorts of other browsers are all respecting this. And now that we've removed it, we can copy and paste. So I can copy and paste this, send it off to a lawyer for their review before signing this, release of liability, waiver of claims. It's a very dangerous document. Now, this doesn't work all the time. If you take a look, this top section would need some sort of text recognizing AI or some sort of algorithm to pull this text out, because if I resize this web page, it should be pretty obvious that this right here is an image. You see? You see the difference with the bottom section? The text reflows and changes. This tells me that this is just text on the web page. It is not an image. So that tipped me off right away, and I thought there must be a way to copy and paste this. And lo and behold, the developer tools once again becomes very, very, very useful. Anyways, we'll keep this video short. I hope that was helpful, because I think a lot of people forget that the developer tools are really, really helpful. When you put up a web page, a lot of your code is just visible, especially anything on the front end regarding the UI, the view that people are seeing. And so these tricks to try and get people unable to share the text are things that are relatively easy to get around. Now, if you're talking about an API in the background, some back-end database, you can't access those, of course. But a lot of these tricks can be fixed. So in the future, I might do videos where we talk about extracting audio, extracting video from various links, just following through the developer tools. But this is a nice, simple use case that I think happens actually quite a bit, not just in legal contexts, but in a lot of sites where they don't want you copying and pasting the text. So I will see you all very soon in the next video. Thanks for watching.